So I'm actually really excited about some stuff that is happening right now, as it's been a rough year. My car accident in February derailed my whole spring and summer. And it's been a while. I just try to get things back on my feet, and it sideswiped a lot of my momentum on our coaches training stuff with Wild Institute and everything. But I wrote a blog this week and I've posted it on the page, but we're talking about being divorced after purity culture. Like, you did all the right things. Check, check, check. You did all the right stuff, and it still went sideways. And you married someone who is a porn addict or compulsively entitled with their sexuality, or outright abusive or violent, deceptive, lying. And now you're like, I'm divorced, not a virgin anymore. What do I do with that? What are my sexual ethics? Mine, not whatever I was taught when I was 16. What are my sexual ethics now? So yeah, I wrote a blog about 8 questions for how you can go through every single aspect, a bunch of sub-questions for you to reassess and rebuild healthy sexual ethics that are relevant to the experiences you've had and the wisdom you've learned in your life experience, but also are not just pulled out of nowhere. So you're not just throwing out everything you used to know or clinging tightly to it without reevaluating it. And you're actually addressing real life issues. So I know there's a ton of women and maybe some guys who are on this page. And if more of them, share this video right now, click share and push it forward to someone else who needs to have a trail guide, like a map, for this hike in the wilderness of trying to figure out what your healthy sexual ethics are after you've been divorced after purity culture. Because all that technical stuff, you were a virgin, so you've got to maintain your virginity. That no longer applies. You're a parent. You've got kids. You've given birth. What do you base it on now? So we talk through that. And it's just a really useful article, super useful blog, super practical. And I wanted to make sure I shared it with you. Also, I'm super excited about something. So many people have a Patreon. I've never had one. And a lot of people have been like, why don't you have a Patreon? Why don't you have something? We have other stuff. We have courses, and we have the little low-cost workshops. And we now have the whole line of stuff about court and how to prep for court and how to find a good lawyer and how to by the way, share this video if you know somebody who needs protective parent court prep resources, how to craft a winning strategy for your court case, all of that. We have all of those things now, but we still haven't had a Patreon. It's just like a really low cost cup of coffee kind of thing for all of the people who would like to help us keep producing more content and keep creating resources for women in crisis who can't go buy stuff, like our free mobile app and our free mini courses on is this abuse and that kind of thing. So we decided to just start our own Patreon, except we're not doing it on the Patreon website. We're doing just a patron group on Wilderness to Wild. So it's wilderness2wild.com/give. And on there, we've started a group for the cost of a scoop of ice cream. And we're calling it The Scoop, where you get the juiciest scoop of everything behind the scenes. Our public content isn't going to change. This is just extra. As a member of The Scoop, $5 a month. Literally the cost of a scoop of ice cream. As a member of The Scoop, here's what we are sharing. So you can be among the first to beta test new developments, new products, new resources, new tools. You'll get first updates about all of that. We're doing regularly scheduled bonus perks, like exclusive access to discussion on new books, book club. And I will share thoughts on books that I'm reading as I'm reading them. And you can request the books that you want. So again, $5 a month, regularly scheduled book club meetings, open office hours where you can talk to Brent and I about anything that you want. As soon as you sign up, you have access to the whole thing. It's not dripped out. You don't have to be there a certain amount of time. To all of our Coffee and Combo archives from 2020, 2021, all of the interviews that I did with experts from around the world, they're all there. All of the Decode podcast season 1 that's been retired, and it's off in the archives now, including some never before seen, incredible unreleased interviews with experts on abuse, coercive control, domestic violence, the legal system. We've never released those, and they are now there in the Scoop. Here's a really cool one. We're going to send our Scoop members a 15% off coupon every single month, and you can use it on anything in Wild. You can use it on one-to-one coaching sessions and just get an extra 15% off. You can use it for the Shiro course when that enrollment opens up. You can use it for the new upcoming 20-week program for Coach Brent's trauma resolution coaching that includes group and one-to-one coaching. You can use that 15% off coupon for any of the workshops, any of the ebooks. It applies to everything. And you'll get a new one every single month. So it's not just like a 1-month thing. You have a coupon every month. So if you want to get another new thing every month, you totally can. And you'll get 15% off, which you do the math. On some of the bigger ticket items, you're saving way more than 1 scoop of ice cream a month. We're just really excited about that. And another thing that we're doing is we've decided to start Marco Polo, and we're doing polos and a sharecast. So like with the divorced after purity culture, I did a series of polos on our sharecast about, it's a private sharecast. It's only available to members of the Scoop, but I did a series of polos about my personal journey, working through every single one of those 8 questions. And it's a little bit too personal to put all the way out there on the blog or on Facebook, but I was really excited to share that with members of the Scoop, just in our Insight group. We're going to keep doing that. We're really excited about it. I hope that you'll find that worth a scoop of ice cream a month. And as you do, for those of you who join and you become a patron, here's what you're going to be helping us do. You're going to be making a really powerful difference. You're going to be helping us to create more and more free resources for people in crisis. And you're also, every time we open Shiro, we like to, if we're capable, if we're able, and we have the budget, we like to scholarship an international advocate who can't get that kind of training in her area, in her home country. And also, we know how, like currency exchange rates work. Sometimes in impoverished countries, there's no way women who want to get trained to help abused women in their hometown, in their home country, they can't afford American prices for anything, not even ebooks. So we like to scholarship someone every time we open that. And as a patron member, you're making it possible for us to do that. You will have first invitation to beta test new tools and give us feedback and give us input and help us refine those before we throw them out into the masses. So we want to build this group, the Scoop, not just like patrons. I know we have some diehard audience members that would love to do $5 a month and just to make things happen, just to be part of the Wild team. But I also know that a whole lot of you have really deep burning desire to make a powerful difference to others. You want to give back to other women in a tangible way. You want to be part of creating new things. And this makes that possible. I want to invite you to go to www.wilderness2wild.com/give. And sign up. You'll get instant access to all of the archives of interviews. You will get instant access to our private Marco Polo sharecast with all our polos. Then you will also be able to be involved as we're going forward. And I'm so excited about having more of an inner circle group of people who are just really ready to do feedback, to do beta testing, to help us refine things. It's like being our focus group. And I'm excited to give back to you in exchange for your support with discounts and coupons and whatever else we can do to make it more like a family. That's what I've been thinking about. In the divorced after puberty culture, I created a workbook for you. It's there in the scoop. So if you join the scoop, you'll not only get all of my polos in the sharecast with my personal processing through all of those topics and some of my personal story, you will also have access to the workbook where you can journal through with journal prompts through all 8 questions to really dig through your own healthy sexual ethics for yourself as you're going forward. So all of that's there together. And again, if you know somebody else needs to see this, needs to get access to that article, needs the blog, needs the workbook, just hit share and pass it forward to someone, share it into a group where others need this kind of support. I'm so thankful that you're here. Thank you for being part of our wild family. And I can't wait to do more of these things. I'm very excited about it. Have a really wonderful week.